Always gotta do a little noise before I start. Oh, some of you got hit by that ad before it started. That sucks. I'm sorry. All right. We'll just wait for that ad to end, and then we're good. Fucking. Oh, I better not say the fuck word too much, or else I'll get in trouble. I'll just wait until a little more people join in, and then I will start this little live stream thing. Oh, I don't have any water. Damn it. Oh well. Guess I'll be super thirsty during this live stream. Oh yeah, and some of you noticed Venom is in here because I consider it a Spider-Man movie, even though it's not really about Spider-Man. But you can kind of see why I put it in there. You know, I just feel like talking about it too because I never got the chance to when it was released. Wait for a little more people getting in here. While that's going on, I am going to get a bottle of water and a fan. So I'll be right back. You guys go like play with yourselves or something. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Okay, I'm setting up the van. Alright, oh shit. I think that was 30 seconds. If I've timed that right, I probably should have set that up before I started this live stream, but I forgot. Got my water here, so I'm good to go. Oh god, is that fan too loud for you guys? Let me know. Cause I got set it pretty high. No one's complaining about the fans, so I'm just gonna let it keep going. Alright. I should probably pop out the chat. Alright, sexy. Alright, so today, people, I'm gonna be ranking the Spider-Man movies because I just want to say before I start with my Far From Home review, I took it off because I realized I had too many mistakes in the video. I said things that were just incorrect, not really just opinion based. I still stand by my opinions, ones that were backed up by actual facts from the movie. And yeah, so I'm not gonna redo the video. I'm just gonna talk about it here in this live stream, and then yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why I set it to private because there's too many mistakes in it. I don't want someone to like make a video on it and then because I agree that there were mistakes in it, so there's really no reason for people to like talk shit about it or whatever. But yeah, all right, so I'm gonna see the first movie in the chat, and then that's the one I'm picking. So I'll just wait here, and oh, my fucking dogs are barking. Oh shit, I said the fuck word. All right, first movie will be Venom first. All right, we got Venom. Shit, I don't know. I'm putting it in bad. And yeah, so Venom is the first one to start. And like I said, never talked about it at first. And the reason why is because I never got around to it. And I just thought like it was kind of a meh movie, but I don't know. Venom is like it's fun. It's exciting. It's action packed, but it's just stupid. And it could have been a lot better. You got Tom Hardy as as playing Eddie Brock, and that's perfect casting in my opinion. He's a pretty built, guy, and it kind of fits the character. Um, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm putting this in the okay. Just saying. All right, yeah, Venom's going in okay because now that I'm thinking about the movie, I'm remembering things I really liked about it. Good casting. It was pretty funny. Action was cool, and I think that's about it. Things I didn't like were the dialogue. A lot of the characters were kind of eh. The villain was stupid. The plot was pretty, you know, hit or miss. It was, yeah. I like the plot at first. I like where they were going, and then I don't know. It was just all over the place for me. And I didn't like the girlfriend in this movie. I don't remember her name. She was just kind of useless, and I feel like she should have just been cut out of the movie along with the doctor character. I know they play a big part, but I didn't like their involvement in the movie, which is what I'm trying to say. Um, People are saying the villain sucked. The villain did suck. He was like a Indian uh, CEO Facebook guy. What the hell is his name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Jesus. Anyways, did like the villain. And the ending fight was pretty bad. And what else was bad was the CGI. CGI was absolute garbage, which sucks because Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. I remember I forgot his name in another live stream. I just go blank in live streams sometimes. And clearly it is the best Spider-Man movie, and we can all have different opinions, but in my opinion, and it's a pretty popular opinion, this is the definitive and the best Spider-Man movie. It's so good. Everything about it is perfect, I think. There's a lot of lag. Can't even hear. Oh shit. Video output low. What the fuck? Is it working now? Someone's saying it is. That's so weird. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Oh man, I'm getting mixed messages. People are saying I'm good. People are saying that I'm lagging. Hold on. It's good for you guys? Okay, it's good. All right, awesome. That was weird. All right. So where the hell was I? Yeah, now I see the live stream strength is coming back. So yeah, that was weird. I don't know why that was all, you know, laggy. All right. To Spider Verse. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Everything in this movie is perfect. So there's really no real flaws with this movie, at least in my opinion. And okay, everyone's saying the internet's good. There's no lag anymore. All right, so that's good. Um, I guess I will say the one flaw I have with this movie, and it's kind of a nitpick. Uh, I feel like Gwen Stacy when she was at the school, she should have been glitching out like everyone else, and it didn't for some reason. They never explained it, and yeah, I don't know. Why is everyone saying spoilers? It's been out, guys. It's fucking been out. Oh, I said the fuck word. Shit. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's spoilers. It's on Netflix, guys. Get Netflix. All right. Uh, Gwen Stacy, for some reason, didn't glitch when she was at the school, and she was supposed to. She got there before Peter B. Parker, and she didn't glitch while she was at the school. I thought that was kind of weird, but anyways, um, yeah, that was my only flaw with the movie. I thought that's my only like nitpick. I feel like there should have been something about that, but yeah, whatever. And yeah, so that's my only flaw with the movie. I like the characters. I think Miles is a very relatable and just an overall great written character. Because he makes mistakes, he overcomes those mistakes and obstacles and rises up. And a lot of people didn't like Kingpin as a villain, but I thought he was really good in this movie. He was sympathetic, and I didn't think that's what they were going to go for. But they didn't have to make the villain sympathetic or even give him or any sort of character. They could have made him an obstacle, but they actually gave this character, and they didn't have to do that because the movie was already pretty perfect. And you know, yeah. So okay, someone's saying lag. I don't know why. Whatever. No one else is saying it. I'll wait until hundreds of people, or I mean, 10 people say like F in the chat or whatever, and then I'll know something's up. Uh, Speedy Fox 69 said, "Bruh, his head though." Yeah, Kingpin's head was pretty small, so I guess it's my other nitpick. No, I'm just kidding. That's not even a problem. Um, yeah, so just an overall good movie, and a lot of people want to say that the three other Spider-Men weren't needed, like Penny Parker, and then the Peter Parker from the 1940s, and then Porky Parker, whatever the hell his name is. But I think it's good that they included them in the movie because uh, they resemble like teachers for Miles, and he disappointed not just Gwen Stacy and Peter B. Parker, but also three other Spider-Man. So it was extra hard on him. So I thought that was really cool that they added them, and plus they add more to the story, and yeah, for some reason the pacing was really good. I thought it was gonna suck just because of the movie length and the amount of characters in it, but no, it was actually really good. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say about the movie. It's pretty much a perfect movie, one of my favorites. Um, and I can watch it over and over and find new things in it, which is really cool. And the soundtrack, which is also really good, just like everything about this movie is really good. And I don't even need to talk about the animation art style because people have done that to death, and we all know it's just fantastic. So yeah, how long is the movie? I believe it's like an hour and 50 minutes, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Which movie should I do next? I'm gonna wait till the next suggested. Amazing Spider-Man. I saw the first one first from Yeet Yeet. He. All right. Where that little bitch at? I think this is the one. No, yeah, that's two. This is one. I'm putting it on the bad category. I mean, it's just kind of bland. Nothing really wrong with it, but I was kind of bored throughout a lot of the movie. The villain is good. I will say that. And that's about all I liked from the movie, honestly. I guess the action's really cool too. I like the fight at the school. And that Stanley cameo was really cool too. But yeah, the villain was the only like cool part, except for the ending where he wanted to turn everyone into giant lizards. He started out as like a sympathetic villain, and I could get behind what he was doing, but then he just wanted to turn everyone into lizards. That was stupid. And Mr. Butters says Uncle Ben kills himself. that's that's pretty much what happens. For whatever reason, he sees this guy stealing beer from a convenience store, and when the gun drops on the sidewalk, he goes for the gun. Why? I, I get it. They want to portray him as some sort of heroic person, but that's such a stupid thing to do. Like that's just asking to get killed. You know? Who does that? That's not a heroic thing to do. That's a stupid thing to do. So the Uncle Ben death was kind of stupid, and it kind of ruins the movie because that's like one of the key elements of every Spider-Man movie. It's not really in Tom Holland's movies, and I don't think it was really needed, but they nailed it in the Tobey Maguire movies, I believe. And the first movie when Uncle Ben died, it was fantastic. Spider-Verse, Uncle Aaron's death was fantastic. They ruined the Uncle Ben death here in the Andrew Garfield movies or Mark Webb movies, whatever you want to call them. He just died in a stupid way. He wasn't sad because he was a moron. Anyways, Oh, casting. Andrew Garfield is not Spider-Man. He's not a good Spider-Man. He's not a good Peter Parker. He's a great actor. I liked him in The Social Network, but he just sucks as Spider-Man. This is horrible casting. It's kind of like Brie Larson. I think Brie Larson is a good actress. She's a bland person, but she's just not right for Captain Marvel either. Um, yeah, like I said, I like Andrew Garfield. Just horrible casting. Rush Izzy says he's too cool. That's exactly my point. He's not nerdy, and I feel like that's a key element for a Spider-Man character or Peter Parker. You got to be somewhat nerdy. You know, you can't be this cool kid or whatever. And yeah, they kind of make him a little nerdy, but he's too attractive. I'm not saying that to be gay, but he's just too attractive. Pizza Girl. Oh yeah, the basketball scene. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen. Actually, that's exaggeration, but it's still a horrible scene. Jesus. Like that was his way of showing the big bully about what he's like. Hold on, my dog is barking. Shut up. Okay, so yeah, the basketball scene was stupid. Gwen Stacy, I thought, was a pretty good casting choice for Gwen Stacy. Emma Stone was a good casting choice for Gwen Stacy. Emma Stone is a good actress, and I think she did a pretty decent job. I think Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and just their scenes together are the best parts of the movie because they have really good chemistry, and it's probably because they were dating in real life when the movie was being filmed. I believe they were dating in the first movie or during the making of the first movie. I know they were in the second movie, but if they were in the first movie, props to them for having, writing good chemistry for the characters, not having them just do improv. Um, yeah, so just it's in the bad category for being boring, pretty much. And there's some other stupid elements to it, like lizard guy turning everyone to lizards and all that. But whatever. It was an okay start for a franchise that could have been really good. You know, usually the first movies are the worst, and we had hope for Spider-Man 2. But I'm not gonna segue my next talk of the next Spider-Man movie with Spider-Man 2 because I'm gonna save that for last because I have a lot to say about that movie. I'm going to now wait for the next movie suggest. Okay, Spider-Man 3. All right. That's going in the okay pile. A lot of people hate this movie, and rightfully so. It's pretty bad, but it's fucking funny. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Spider-Man 3 is so damn bad, it's hilarious. They also have really good scenes in the movie. I think they have the best Stan Lee cameo in Spider-Man 3. And I just, it's a funny movie. I can't get over how funny it is. Peter Parker is just hilarious. I love watching his scenes over and over because I don't know, I get a laugh out of it every time. And that scene where he's dancing in that club and like flirting with Gwen Stacy and making Mary Jane feel jealous is just, oh my god, it's so funny. And I think people give this movie like too much shit. It does have bad stuff in it, like too many villains and all that, but I think it had a fitting, decent conclusion. That's what I just think. The action scenes in this movie are really cool. Uh, and yeah, it did kind of butcher Peter's character, but at least we got something really funny that replaced it. I don't care. This movie's funny. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Spider-Man 3 was a hilarious movie, and yeah, it was bad, but at least it was funny. If you're gonna have a bad movie, just make it funny. That's what I gotta say. Um, yeah, I think I have nothing else to really say about Spider-Man 3. I just call the movie funny. All right, waiting for Next suggestion, I guess. Far From Home. Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm putting it in the bad category. I still think this movie's bad. I did rewatch it a second time, and my the biggest mistake I made in the video talking about Far From Home was that I said he didn't use his spider sense in the at the end. And that's true, but the problem with that is they don't really take advantage of this concept. They have Peter Parker use his spider senses at the end, and it does come in handy, but at the same time, all he does is still fight Mysterio and his drones. I Why not bring back that illusion scene from earlier? Because Peter, like, his spider senses were on and off during the movie, and they didn't really like expand upon this concept. He just said it was on and off, and there really was no rhyme or reason towards why. And I don't know. There should have been a scene of Peter and, or someone like training him to use his spider senses better. Maybe Mysterio teaches him. Actually, that wouldn't make any sense because later on he knows he might have to fight Spider-Man. The illusions won't really work on him. But anyways, or Ned or something. Like, he practices his spider senses on something. I don't know what exactly that'll be. I'll probably have to, like, think of, you know, stuff before spoilers. I just said I'm talking about Far From Home. Why didn't you guys just I don't know, mute it? And then you'll know the next thing comes in when uh, I put the movie poster on the tier. And it says I'm ranking all the Spider-Man movies. What do you mean spoilers? Whatever. Or Peter Tingle. They call it as Peter Tingle in the movie. Whatever. That's fine. That's funny. But spider senses in Far From Home were not expanded upon. And okay, everyone's still complaining about spoilers. I'm just getting distracted. Sorry. Um. So where was I? Oh yeah, there should have been a scene of him practicing his spider senses, not him magically learning how to master it at the end, because he didn't really practice it throughout the movie. And the drones fighting Peter Parker at the end were not really wasn't really that exciting. It was just a boring action sequence. And like I said before, they should have included the illusion scene from earlier and put that at the climax where he's fighting Mysterio. And at that point, he learns to ignore the dead corpse of Iron Man and overcoming that fear that's also been built up in the movie. So he killed two birds with one stone. But they just butcher it. This could have been really cool. Like, because we never seen this in another Spider-Man movie. Peter learning how to use the spider senses fully. That's never been really like a concept in a Spider-Man movie, because he usually just gets it right away. But here he learns how to do it, and I like that. It kind of doesn't make sense because in Civil War, Spider-Man could use it at the airport, but whatever. A lot of people like Mysterio, and I'm actually gonna make a video talking about why I don't like this character. But yeah, Mysterio was cool up until the point he was revealed as the villain, because he just starts spouting exposition in my face, and it was the most obnoxious thing. I couldn't get over that, and his personality changes a lot too. He becomes this like nerdy guy instead of this like cool and suave hero, and I don't know. I guess that kind of makes sense because that's what he's really like behind the scenes. But why would his personality change? I don't understand that. MJ in the movie was she lost her personality a little bit. She kind of has one emotion throughout the entire movie, if anyone else noticed that. And Spear Cow says Mysterio was honestly a huge man child. I couldn't have summed it up better. He was a huge man child. So I can't get behind this character. He was cool at first, like I said, but then just came pretty lame. And a lot of people said he was the best part of the movie. I can't really get behind that at all. I mean, there's not really a lot to like from this movie, but there's still better aspects. For example, I think the CGI and action sequences were much better than Homecoming. Homecoming lacked in that though, and J.K. Simmons making a return was just awesome. Like I didn't think they would actually do something like that MCU, but they pulled something off like that because they know J.K. Simmons can't be replaced for a J. Jonah Jameson, and yeah, those are probably the only good ones in the movie, good parts of the movie. Sorry, Joe My Dizzle donated $1. Thank you, that's pretty hot. Tyler donated $2. That's really hot. And he asked to do Spider-Man 1 next. I will do that because he donated $2 and I can buy a can of beans. And the rest of my complaints have already been said in my Far From Home video. I'll probably bring them up again in my Mysterio video, which I will plan to do later on. Uh, yep. That's all I gotta say from Far From Home. I'm glad I could clear up some of the stuff I said before that were wrong, but yeah. Oh, one more thing. Flash. I actually liked him a lot in this movie. I'm still pretty upset with oh, John Lemmy donated $10. Thank you, John. That's really hot. Really hot. All right, but getting back to Flash, Indian Flash, he was pretty funny in this movie, and like I said before, I don't like the fact that he likes Spider-Man, and people told me, well, he likes him in the comics, so it makes sense. Well, in the comics, it was developed. Here, he just automatically likes Spider-Man, even after Spider-Man took his car. I don't get this at all. Does he like feel cool about having his car taken by Spider-Man, and now he just likes the character? I feel like he would have the opposite reaction. Maybe, screw this Spider-Man guy. He took my damn car, and my dad chewed me out. It's probably something like that. Everyone's what the hell? Everyone's saying I'm hurting their ears. Oh, it's because I did that little close up. I think that's really funny, so that's why I keep doing it in my videos. Sorry if you guys are bothered by that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about Far From Home. Flash was funny. Had that one flaw with him just liking Spider-Man automatically, but whatever. Shirt Pants donated $3. That's super hot. So thanks, Shirt Pants, for donating $3. What? Oh, which one? Oh yeah. John said I should do Spider. No, not John. Who said that? Tyler said I should do Spider-Man 1 next, and he donated $2. So because you're able to help me buy a can of beans, I will gladly do that. Spider-Man 1 is in the great pile. Thank you, Eduardo, for donating $1, by the way. And getting back to Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1 has the best Spider-Man villain. People say it's Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man 2, but I don't know about that. Holy shit, John. That is oh, I almost said the fuck word. Thank you, John, for donating $20. Oh man, I got a boner. Shit. Alright, but despite this huge boner I got, Spider-Man 1 has, like I said, the best villain out of any of these Spider-Man movies. Willem Dafoe plays Green Goblin and is fantastic. Every single quote or every single line he delivers is quotable. And I was scared of him when I was a kid, but now I just laugh every time he's on screen. He's hilarious, and he's actually a cool villain. I like his motives. I like his design. I like his voice, and that action sequence with him and Peter at the end was brutal. I wish comic book movies would do this more. They would have more brutal action scenes like the ending of Spider-Man 1 with Green Goblin and Spider-Man, because that's just such a cool sequence. It's just super brutal and dark, and I love it. And I guess the one flaw I have with with the ending and just the movie entirely kind of is the CGI did not age well. It didn't. And I tried to get behind it because it's early 2000s, but it just looks bad. Especially humanoid characters, and then we got that scene with Mary Jane and Spider-Man swinging around. It's clearly a mannequin that she's holding on to during the sequence behind a green screen. So special effects didn't hold up well, but uh, the writing is good, and that's the important thing in a movie. I can get, but I can pass the CGI stuff if it's bad if the writing's good. That's the thing with Black Panther. The writing sucked and the CGI sucks. So the CGI was like something I would talk about frequently because there was nothing to enjoy about the movie. So I just ran it on the CGI as long as I wanted to. And yeah, the good thing about Spider-Man 1 is that there's a good story, there's good characters, dialogue is great. While corny at sometimes, it still feels like a comic book movie. That's what I like about Jesus John. $5. Fuck. Oh shit, I said the fuck word. John is just on a roll donating me money. I don't expect you to donate any more money, you don't have to. You donated like $35 to me, so you don't you don't have to keep going, Okay, but getting back to Spider-Man 1, dialogue, it's corny, but the lines are memorable. I think that's important. It's not really so bad it's good thing either. It's just it's good dialogue in my opinion. It's corny and it fits the setting. I think Spider-Man 1 and 2 and even 3 of the Tobey Maguire series, what I think they do well in is embracing the comic book feeling, and just embracing the silliness of comic books and the feeling and the action. You know, I like that better than taking it seriously or not taking it seriously. I like that better than making fun of it. God damn it, John! $15. Fuck. John up there, yeah. John is secretly Mr. Beast. I think Mr. Beast is on this like random sub account or something. Israel Richards is like, John, just give me money. All right, Joe My Dizzle donated more money, $2 this time. Peter Tingle, make my D tingle. Oh boy. All right, shit. And I don't remember where I was talking about because that stupid ass donation of Peter Tingle, make my D tingle. That completely threw me off. So thanks, Joe. Little shithead. Where can I leave off of that? I don't know. I guess I'll just talk about uh lost my train of thought. I'm moving on. Screw it. I'm done. I am gonna move on to Homecoming. Let's just talk about Homecoming. Uh like I said in Far From Home, the effects and all that were well, shirt pants donated $2 and then Lalo donated, is that how you say your name? I don't know. He donated $2, but he said Far From Home was better than Homecoming. Agree? I was actually getting to that. Far From Home has better special effects and better action scenes, but Homecoming was better written in my opinion. So, Jesus, John, $5 again? Hell. John just keeps going. Okay, if you guys want to donate, that's fine, but I need to talk about these movies. I can't keep stopping. This is my fault because John is secretly Mr. Beast and fucking Joe My Dizzle is sending like the weirdest shit in his donations, so I'm going to have to focus on these movies and I'll probably like finish talking about them and then I will read the donation. So if you donate and I don't say anything, I will get to it. All right. Homecoming. Special effects suck. Action sequences kind of suck, but it's better written than Far From Home, in my opinion. I like Peter Parker more in this movie. I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland Peter Parker. Great casting choice, but the character isn't written as well as I thought he would be written. And yeah, I get a lot of hate for this. I know it's not really an unpopular opinion because a lot of people feel the same way as I do, but he's just not a good Spider-Man. I don't like how he doesn't have many repercussions towards his actions. And yeah, I just don't. not really into that. You know, because that's a key part of Peter Parker, and that's something I look into Peter Parker because we all can relate to that: making mistakes, facing obstacles in life due to repercussions and consequences, and then overcoming those consequences. He did, lose his suit, but he gets it right back afterwards. So I just think that's just so dumb. It's like the other movies after Homecoming kind of deteriorated the movie because the ending was good, but take it away, and then they give it back. Just, ugh, they ruined it. They seriously ruined it. But looking at the movie by itself, the comedy's good. It's a lot funnier than Far From Home, I'll tell you that, which isn't saying much, but by itself, Homecoming is a funny movie. Uh, I like how, what's the black girl's name? I don't remember what the black girl's name is, but um, the thing is, she had no personality. She was just kind of there as a tool, and the movie realized that, so they kind of got rid of her, which I liked. It made MJ the star, and she had a personality in this movie, so I thought this was a good idea. And Jesus Christ, John, I'm gonna have to make a video out of you just to, repay you with all this money you're donating. And what I was getting at is Liz. Oh, people actually remember her name. Okay, Liz was boring and a tool, but the movie knew that, so they got rid of her. I like how Peter didn't end up with her because you could tell these two had no chemistry, and that's how they were written. I like how they put detail into that. You know, they knew these characters weren't going to be good together, but they just got rid of her. Also, the villain twist with Michael Keaton as the Vulture and being the father of Liz, that was a great twist. And speaking of Michael Keaton, he's probably one of the best MCU villains, and he's just a great MCU villain and a great villain overall. He's not I'm gonna take over the world, and he's not really a sympathetic villain. He's just a blue collar hard worker that wants to be put back on top and be able to support his family. You can't really blame him for that, but you know, bro, stop spoiling. This movie's been out for like 8 years. Okay, not 8 years, but it's been out for a while. Okay. Um. Yeah, great villain, Homecoming. Really good villain. Um, but again, what sets it back is that Peter Parker isn't really that interesting in this movie. Doesn't really face repercussions. I don't like the amount of involvement Iron Man has with Peter's character. Actually, I changed my mind. I do like the involvement. I don't like the fact that he's in the movie a lot. I don't think that's a good idea to have that in the first Spider-Man movie. It shouldn't be about Iron Man and Iron Man and Spider-Man's relationship. It just should be about Spider-Man. Maybe do an origin story. I know it's been done to death, but I feel like that's necessary to set up this character because I don't know shit about Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's just not a relatable character. He's just kind of there. So yeah, I that's all I really got to say for Homecoming. Really, has some good stuff, has some bad stuff. That's what puts in the okay pile. All right, I said I was gonna do Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 last, so I'll do Spider-Man 2 of the Tobey Maguire series. Next. I don't know what I can say about this. Spider-Man 2 is, in my opinion, the perfect comic book movie. Great action, great characters, corny as hell, but in a good way. Um, yeah, I don't know. This movie has been talked about to death, and people only say good things about it. Peter Parker is super relatable and enjoyable in this movie. He uh he gets he gets punched around. No punches are pulled. He's just screwed over so many times, and I like how the movie focuses more on. Okay, now everyone's trolling. It's a spoiler from what, a 2002 movie. Fuck you guys. Get back to Peter Parker. Um, you're constantly rooting for him because life is pulling no punches at him. And it'd be like that sometimes. I like how the movie focuses more on Peter Parker than it does Spider-Man. People say, like I said before, Doctor Octopus is the best villain, but again, I disagree. I think it's Green Goblin by far, and he's a cool antagonist. He's not really the best, but you know. Oh, I'm sorry, 2004. So I guess I did spoil because that's way later than 2002. My bad. Oh, my nose is itchy. Shit. But yeah, Doctor Octopus was an okay villain. I don't think he was spectacular or anything. I guess it's the one downside towards the movie. The antagonist is not as interesting as the protagonist, and I think that's really important for a comic book movie, or any sort of movie, really, with a hero and a villain. Train scene was great. Train scene is the most, in my opinion, iconic Spider-Man scene. I mean, everything about it is perfect. The action, the music, the acting, the dialogue, it's great. And I feel like Spider-Man 2 and just actually all the Spider-Man movies are memeable. I think that's important because, I see everyone in the chat is posting pizza time. And yeah, that's something a great thing about this movie too. It's pretty timeless because of how, like, how corny it is. You can go back and laugh about it, but you enjoy it at the same time. Pizza time, the Indian guy saying go. There's just funny shit in this movie you laugh about like later on. And yeah, I love it. It's like the Star Wars movies, the prequels. People say they don't age well, but I think they age perfectly because going back to these movies, it's fun to like laugh and just enjoy it, you know? Because people meme the hell out of Revenge of the Sith. Wow, that was a cringy ass statement I just made. Meme the hell, jeez. But yeah, I feel like Revenge of the Sith is a lot like Spider-Man 2. People just go back and just meme it because it's funny. So yeah, I think it makes it kind of timeless, in my opinion. People might think it's the opposite because it shouldn't make you laugh, but I think that's kind of part of the fun is like enjoying the corniness of the movie. Um, because even when movies come out, you just know that they're corny, and I felt the same way with the first three Spider-Man movies and the prequels. I always knew the dialogue was just off, but still enjoyed it nonetheless. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say about Spider-Man 2. People just keep it's been done to death about how good it is, and oh, people say the scene with Peter Parker saving the child from the burning building is pointless, but I think a lot of people caught onto this is that it shows that he still wants to be a hero. The hell is going on? What's all these Fs? Fuck. It says my live stream is fine, guys. So what are all the Fs for? It's memeing time? Okay, alright. My fan base is autistic. Alright. You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2. All shitheads posting F everywhere. Ugh, God. Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna start it until everyone stops doing F in the chat. I don't want to do it when everyone's doing that. It makes me uncomfortable. Everyone's saying stop. Everyone's, you know what? That was probably a stupid statement to make because I knew people would still do F in the chat because I got a toxic ass fan base and they don't even listen to me. They just like watching me make a fool of myself. Which is fair, I guess. I can't really complain about that. But anyways, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Not only best Spider-Man movie, but also just a really terrible movie overall. When I saw Peter, find out why he got the spider bite or the secret of his parents or whatever, I don't even remember. It's stupid shit. He like finds it in some like train or something. God. That was one of the worst superhero moments ever. This is one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen. I didn't put it in my least favorite comic book movies, but it's still pretty bad. Um, I want to read the comments like in the live chat, but everyone is still just saying F and not really having anything thought provoking to say, which I guess is fine. I'm like your dad. I'm not gonna do anything until you behave. Fucking stinking. Where's my nasal spray? Jesus, John, another $10. He says the autistic community officially disowns all of the people putting forward F in the chat. That's fair. I agree with that. I back that up. I apologize for calling you autistic, everyone posting F in the chat. You're just troglodytes. That's the only insult I could think of when I was thinking of something to use. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna finish this. You guys are giving me AIDS. Andrew Garfield still sucks as Spider-Man. I got a lisp going. Fuck. Hold on, I'm gonna go drink some water. If I still see F in the chat, I think I'm gonna go blow my brains out. So I'll be right back. Alright, you all can go fucking suck a big fucking fat fucking chode. I'm just gonna finish this, wrap it up. Emma Stone, Andrew Garfield have good chemistry, I guess. What else is there? The villains suck, and they had like 3 of them in the movie. I guess 2.5. Rhino doesn't really count because, he's only there for the beginning and end. It's kind of a side villain. Green Goblin was shit. He looked like shit too. He's also played by a good actor, just given a terrible role. What's his name? Shocker. He didn't even look like Shocker. He looked like shit. Also played by a good actor, just given terrible choices and terrible writing. It's like these Amazing Spider-Man movies hire really good actors and just give them terrible material. It's just shit. The dialogue, the music. Oh God. Oh Jesus. I didn't get to that. The discount Bruno Mars, otherwise known as Pharrell, did the music for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's terrible. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street has really just noticeable and terrible music going on in the movie. Well, at least the movie has good scenes, but the fucking Electro, sorry, his name is Electro, not Shocker. Oof. All right, you can all put F in the chat now because that was a big fucking F. Where was I? Oh yeah. The music was terrible, and like I was saying, Nightmare on Elm Street at least had good movie scenes, even though the music was terrible. But the movie overall in Amazing Spider-Man 2 was shit, and the music was shit. And yeah, I know Hans Zimmer was a part of the music, but looking at some of the interviews of him and Pharrell, I could tell he didn't want to be there because he knew he was putting his genius into just garbage, and it was pretty clear that Pharrell had majority of the say when it came to the music, and it shows in the movie. It sounded terrible. I think the beginning with Spider-Man flying around, not flying around, doesn't fly, but he zips around. I'm gonna say zips around the town of New York, and flings around, and the music's good. Actually, the whole sequence is good, especially him helping that little nerdy shit in the alleyway from those bullies. That was a good scene, and the music was good. It seems like overall, Hans Zimmer just like quit at the beginning of the movie and then gave the rest of the project to Pharrell, and it shows. And yeah, I have nothing else to really say about this movie. Ending was predictable with Emma Stone, aka Gwen Stacy, dying. Didn't really care. She wasn't really interesting in this movie. The only good scenes with her was when she was talking with Andrew Garfield. I didn't give a shit about her college plans. Like who cares? I don't. Who gives a shit about Emma Stone or Gwen Stacy? She sucks. I think the Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3 was more interesting than Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this shit-tastic movie. Oh, there was also a really good scene. Really? Aunt May and Peter Parker debate whether or not Peter should be able to do his own laundry because Aunt May has no friends or other family members, so she has nothing else to do but do fucking laundry all day. So there's that scene. It's really good, heavy dialogue and very important to the story. What was that other awesome scene of dialogue with Harry and Peter? They were arguing because Peter wouldn't fork up his spider blood, even though there's really no reason he shouldn't, because Harry's gonna die anyways if he doesn't fork it up. But uh, yeah, there's this really cool scene where Harry just says, "You're a fraud, Spider-Man," and he pushes stuff over. Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen from any comic book movie. It's so god damn awful. Let me just type that in the chat. Yep, you're a fraud, Spider-Man. Those are words to live by. I think I'm done. You guys all kind of pissed me off a little bit. Putting F in the chat, that got me a little pissy mood. I had a huge boner getting bank from John, and then you guys just ruined my night. You know, making fun of me, putting F in the chat, just like being little bitches, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, there they go. They put an F in the chat. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go shoot myself because I'm so damn mad right now. Jesus Christ. Joey Salads says, commit Etika, Spider-Man. Shouldn't laugh. Alright, I'm gonna shut this bitch off. You guys pissing me off.